Hey, so here's a feature of Unity that's not so well documented. I want to build a brick wall. So I'm going to be bringing in bricks and moving them around, and then I want them to be positioned perfectly. So sure, I could mess around with the mathematics of the XY position every time I drop an object into the scene, and eventually I would go completely insane doing that. So, yes, ultimately we could write a program to do this, but we don't always want to write a program. Sometimes we want just a hand placing things in the scene. This is clearly a hassle. So, what have I learnt by placing the 4 bricks that I just already placed? I've learnt that they need to be spaced by, well, for example, this full brick here is 0.5 up and 0.5 across to the right in X and 0.32 up. So, let me show you something. Edit, Snap Settings. If you go to Edit and Snap Settings in Unity, you're going to get a little window pop up somewhere. There it is. Now, if you set your X to 0.5 in this case, or however much you want it to move in X, and your Y to 0.32 in my case, and your Z doesn't matter in my case, and I'm choosing to put my rotation to 22.5 because I want, well, no, I want to be able to rotate like so. Let me show you. If I put a rotator on and I go onto one of the full bricks, if I hold Command or Control down, that's when the snap settings take effect. Then, in my case, it's going to snap by 22.5 degrees, giving me plenty of rotational freedom for my level building, but not infinite freedom like this. And then the second thing that's going to happen if I use the Move tool there and click on a brick, so hit the W key, is if you just drag, nothing happens, the snap settings have no effect. But if you drag holding down the Command key on a Mac or the Control key on a PC, look what happens. That's what we're looking for. That's the puppy. Now it's moving precisely half a brick to the right and left, and 0.32 world units, i.e. a full brick, up and down. Awesome! So let's just recap that a little bit, and then we'll set you a challenge. So that's how Edit Snap Settings work. Initially, you're going to have to snap to get it on the grid. I'll show you that in a second. And we can do that with multi-select, and then you hold Control down. So what do I mean by initially you have to get it on the grid? Well, let me put a new object in the scene that's not on the grid. Like here, it's just in a weird place. Now, if I hold down Control or Command, look what happens. It still moves by the amount we specified in the grid settings, but it's off, right? It's just off. It's just never going to be in the right place. So what do we do about that? Well, that's the same little snap settings. And we click Snap All Axes, or we could go X and then Y, or in one button press we could Snap All Axes. And what that will do is it snap it to its nearest place, and then you can play with it as you will. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. It's a pretty cool facility. In summary, you use Edit Snap Settings. You need to snap initially to get it on the grid. You can snap multiple objects at the same time if you want. And then to adhere to the grid, you hold down Command or Control while dragging.